Hi, my name is Marie. Is it safe for you to talk?
Women who feel unsafe in their own homes still need refuges like Adapt House. But times are changing and more women, especially in rural areas, are availing of outreach services where staff go out into the community to meet abused women in a safe place of their choosing.
Another change would be that we're now living in a multicultural society, and in that context we have women coming to us from different cultures, and it's trying to make the service accessible to them, which includes anything from trying to have translators so they can tell their story in their own language, to be more aware of their cultural needs rather than our cultural needs.
Jade met her Irish husband while he was on holidays in her country. The abuse started when they moved to Ireland and she was isolated without a phone in an apartment to which her husband had the only key.
I got involved with an Irish guy while he was on holidays, and we decided to move to Ireland, and the abuse never really started until I moved to Ireland. It was a case that I was isolated from my friends and family. He'd read my mail. I didn't have a phone. Where we lived, we didn't have a phone because we were always bouncing from place to place. And finally, when we did get a place, it was a place where there was one entrance, one exit. He had the only key. So there was no way out. There was one point in time I was left on my own for quite a long while, and I didn't have any way out, or I didn't know anyone or had any friends to turn to. So at that point I thought the only way out of this relationship was for me to commit suicide, which I did. I tried to commit suicide, and he found me and called the ambulance, and they took me to the hospital, and he refused to come with me because it would spoil his reputation.
A nurse at the hospital brought Jade to Adapt, where she was given emotional and financial support to start a new life.
I really wanted to go back home, so they helped me with getting stuff to go back home. I didn't have a passport, so they contacted the guards and got an immigration officer to write up papers. And I went back home for a while, and as all women think, I'll have a second go at my marriage. I hope it would work. It didn't. It was like coming back to the same old things again, and I said, no, I'm not going to have it. Came back to Adapt to go to the support groups, and I stayed. And because of Adapt, I'm more confident now. I'm not fearful anymore. I used to fear walking down the streets and keeping my head up in case somebody recognized me and say something to me. I used to fear driving, which I don't anymore. I love driving now. I have a family of my own, which I thought I never would have. And they're my pride and joy. So my life has been totally different now. If I don't know what would have happened if I didn't find out about Adapt. So this place has changed me for the better. And I'm still here, and I'm still working away and trying to improve myself. So it's a learning process for me.
Good morning, everybody, and a really sincere welcome to this awareness training programme that we're running in Adapt Services.
Adapt offers supports like counselling, transitional housing and the Breaking the Silence programme, aimed at building the confidence of abused women and preparing them for the future. But Adapt says it needs to reach out also to young people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We left Dad for better lives. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mommy brought us home again. Why did we have to go? We're all scared when we're at home. Some day, we don't know when, we'll knock on the refuge door again.
Mommy put the kettle on. Daddy took it off. Mommy put the kettle on again. Mommy got a slap. Polly had to leave her house. Polly had to leave her toys. Mommy cried herself to sleep. Polly heard her cry.
Daddy, Daddy, are you there? Daddy, it's me.
Stop playing with that.
No, it's mine.
Why are you playing with it? Daddy isn't here.
I'm going home tomorrow.
No, you're not. It's Dad's fault we're in here.
No, I love Daddy.
I hate you. You always take his side.
Go away.
We work with schools, we work with youth groups around programs about healthy relationships, recognising when a relationship is unhealthy, and particularly in the context of teen dating, because often they may not recognise the signs. So it's about helping them to recognise what is a healthy, respectful relationship.
Lily first suffered domestic abuse when her first baby was just a few months old.
We had gone out for a family day out. We were in the pub having lunch, and I had gone up to go to the toilet, and he was holding the baby. But the baby started crying once I left her, you know. So when I came back, I just said as a joke, "Did you leave the baby fall?" And he started running and shouting at me, and everyone could hear him in the pub. So I got up and left. He'd been drinking, so I kind of put it down to the drinking. And it started really from there. And again, I always put it down to drink, because when he was sober, he was, you know, okay. So this time, the abuse got very bad, so I kicked him out. And he came back and he promised that he was going to give up the drink and he was getting the help. So I took him back. And the abuse got worse when he was actually sober than drunk. And especially when I was pregnant, just a few weeks from having my baby, he split my lip and pushed me against the sink. I got a safety order against him, and he begged me to drop it for the sake of the new baby, so I did. We went for counselling, and we moved to a different part of the country, thinking all that would help, but it didn't. It only got worse. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but fortunately, whatever, I got pregnant again, and the abuse was bad at that time. And constant demanding for sex, constantly accused me of having affairs, didn't care if I was pregnant or not, he was still demanding sex. And even when I come home from the hospital after having the baby, he was constantly demanding sex, saying the baby wasn't his and it was others, and I was not only a whore and a prostitute. And I just couldn't take it anymore, so I phoned ADAPT one day and asked for help. So I spoke with a social worker. So she came out and spoke to me, and I went and got another safety order and went to court and got my safety order. And he didn't like living under that, so he decided enough was enough, he was leaving. But he always used to leave before and come back after a couple of days. After a couple of days he did look to come back, but I wasn't taking him back anymore. So obviously the kids were missing him, but I wasn't. And it was hard work for a while, but I got great support from ADAPT.
With the help of ADAPT, Lily has turned her life around.
I'm actually going to university 2 nights a week now as well, so I have a new life, and I'm actually in another relationship, a very happy one. He's very good to me and the children, so we're all happy. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's an indictment of society that the violence against women is as prevalent now as it ever was. And we need to stand together as a society, men, women, children, all of us standing together to say no to violence.